If anyone has ever tossed "it's all in your head" at you like an insult, I want you to hear me say this as if I were sitting across the table grabbing your hand. Good. Let it be in your head because that's the doorway out. Your head is attached to a nervous system that runs your body. It decides if you get a racing heart, a clenched gut, a tension headache, and if the source of the alarm is in the system that you live inside every single day, you have leverage. You have dials you can turn. That's not dismissive. That's empowering. I know there are two loud camps out there. There's the "it's all medical" crowd, run the labs, scan the thing, give me a pill. And there's the "it's all energy" crowd, sage it, manifest it, align it. I respect both because pain is pain and everyone is trying to feel safe. But here's the lane I'm going to drive us down. The middle one: biology, nerves, stress chemistry, habits, inputs. Your brain and body are talking all day long, and when they misread a situation, they can throw you into symptoms that feel terrifying. Not imaginary, not fake, real signals created by a system doing its job too well. We're going to be crystal clear about what this is not. This is not just be positive. That's garbage when you're spiraling. This is not manifest your way out. You don't need a vision board to stop a panic cycle. And this is absolutely not me blaming you for symptoms. This is me handing you the owner's manual for the wiring you already have so you can stop suffering unnecessarily. Mechanics, not magic. I've been the person doom scrolling symptoms at 2 a.m., convinced my heart was about to quit on me. I've gone to the ER. I've paced the kitchen floor whispering, "What is wrong with me? Do you know what was wrong?" My nervous system was screaming. My brain told a scary story about a normal sensation. My body believed it, dumped stress chemistry, and that chemistry became more sensation. I wasn't broken. I was in a loop. Here's my promise if you stick with me. I'm going to show you that loop sensation to story, to stress chemistry, to more sensation, so you can spot it, interrupt it, and calm your body. And then I'm going to hand you 3 daily behaviors that flip the switches back to safety. No crystals required. No belief necessary. Just actions that teach your biology over and over and over again, you're okay. Because once you understand that your brain and nervous system create real physical sensations, you stop feeling like a lost cause and you start seeing options. That's the doorway. Let's walk through it. Here's the thing. Your body is not being dramatic. It's being a dashboard. Life is one long road trip and you're the driver. And all day long, your internal lights blink. Tight chest, rolling stomach, pressure in your head, fatigue that sits on your shoulders like a wet coat, insomnia that has you staring at the ceiling, pain flares that come out of nowhere. And those lights are not there to embarrass you. They're there to get your attention. Ignoring a blinking oil light doesn't fix the engine. Shaming the dashboard doesn't make the car safer. You pull over, you read the signal, you respond. Let me normalize this right now because some of you are already judging yourself. A tight chest when you're under deadline, common. Gut issues when you're navigating conflict at home, common. Headaches after back-to-back screens and no water, common. Waking up at 3 a.m. with your mind sprinting, in this modern life, brutally common. None of that is proof you're weak. It's evidence that your nervous system is doing its job, maybe a little too enthusiastically, trying to keep you alive. That's not a character flaw. That's wiring. Symptoms are data, not a verdict. They're navigation signals. The point is not to toughen up and white knuckle through it, because muscling through a blinking check engine light is how you end up on the side of the highway with smoke pouring out. The point is to learn to read the signal and respond differently. Feel the tightness. That's a pay attention light. Notice the nausea as you head into a conversation. That might be your system saying this lane feels unsafe the way we're about to drive it. The sooner you read it, the sooner you can choose a better turn. We also need to separate acute danger from the chronic false alarm. Your nervous system was built for sprinting. A car swerves into your lane, your body floods you with energy, you slam the brakes, and then, crucially, you recover. That's acute. That's the tiger in the bushes. Modern life, it's like the tiger learned to send calendar invites. news alerts, email pings, caffeine, perfectionism, unresolved fights, 24/7's comparison. There's no off-ramp. The alarm that was meant to save your life for 60 seconds gets stuck on for 6 months. You're not crazy. You're inflamed by inputs. So what does responding look like versus panicking? Responding is you noticing the light, naming it for what it is, there's that tightness, and then making a grown-up choice that reduces the load on your system instead of adding gas to the fire. That might mean you literally stop the damn car for a minute, step outside, drink water, stretch your chest open from that hunch over your laptop. It might mean you don't chase the thought spiral with 10 more catastrophic thoughts. You treat the sensation as a mile marker, not a map of your destiny. And let me say this to the part of you that's exhausted. You don't have to like any of this to do it. You don't need to believe you're calm. You can just act like a person who reads the dashboard and makes one better turn. Inch by inch by inch, your body learns, oh, we're not in a pileup, we can stand down. Okay, so how does a thought turn into a stomach ache? How does a ping from your boss become a pounding head? Let's do the science in plain English and trace the chain so you can finally see where to interrupt it. Here's the thing. Your body fires first, always. Sensation, then perception, then feeling, then thought, then action, and then that action and the chemistry underneath it loop right back into your body and kick off more sensation. If you don't understand that sequence, you'll think your thoughts are the problem or your character's the problem, and you will miss the lever that's actually available to you. Your body reacts, your brain explains, and if the explanation is catastrophic, it pours gasoline on the fire. Let me make it stupid simple. You feel a flutter in your chest. That's the sensation. Your perception tags it as unusual. Your feeling shifts to unease. Then the thought hits. What if it's serious? Your amygdala, the little threat detector in your brain, hears that story and slams the big red button. Adrenaline surges, cortisol drips. Your sympathetic nervous system goes, we're on, and muscles tighten, blood vessels constrict, your heart rate pops, your breathing gets shallow. Congratulations, now you have more palpitations. And your brain, which is trying to keep you alive, not keep you calm, because your brain's has-honed job is to keep you alive, not to keep you calm, looks at the increased pounding and declares, see, I knew it, that's the loop. Sensation, to story, to stress chemistry, to more sensation. You didn't make it up. You also didn't need to ride it to DEFCON 1 or take the 8:13 a.m. email ping from your boss with quick chat in the subject line, tiny sensation in your gut, quick clench in your shoulders. Your mind writes a Netflix special in 2 seconds. I'm in trouble. I forgot something. I'm about to get fired. Boom. Amygdala lights up. HPA axis pumps stress hormones, jaw clamps, vision narrows, you hunch over, your neck aches by noon, you inhale 2 coffees to push through, and then you can't fall asleep because cortisol is still playing DJ at midnight. This is not woo. This is physiology, muscle tension, inflammation pathways, flipping on, blood sugar swings, sleep architecture disrupted. The story is fueling chemistry, that is fueling sensation, that is confirming the story, a perfect closed circuit of misery. And then come the actions that seem helpful but feed the beast. You Google symptoms at 2 a.m. You cancel workouts. You avoid conversations. You scroll to numb out. Those actions teach your body, yep, danger, which keeps the alarm blaring. Round and round we go. If I don't interrupt that chain, I'm not driving, I'm being dragged. Now, the good news, and it is really good, if that's the chain, you can break it at any link. You can name the sensation and drop the catastrophic story before the amygdala dumps a chemical cocktail. You can change your state physically, move, breathe, cold water, so your vagus nerve signals safety, and your prefrontal cortex comes back online to think clearly. You can stop feeding the alarm with inputs that scream danger all day. You don't need to believe anything new to start. You take one different action and the chemistry follows. And here's the best part. If that's the chain, you can reverse the chain. Let's clear the biggest myth that keeps you stuck and pissed off and blaming yourself. Healing is not positive thinking. You can't out affirm a nervous system that's drenched in adrenaline any more than you can whisper sweet nothings to a blaring smoke alarm and expect it to shut up. Myth number one, if I can think myself sick, I can think myself healthy. Not exactly. Thoughts matter, yes, but the loop begins in your body. Remember, sensation first. So you don't think your way out. You retrain safety through behavior. Actions teach your nervous system faster than beliefs ever will. Stand up, move, breathe differently, put cold water on your face, name the sensation instead of narrating a disaster movie. Do those tiny things and your vagus nerve tells your body, we're safe. And your prefrontal cortex can finally come back online to lead. Belief follows behavior, not the other way around. Myth number two, if it's stress related, it's not real. Wrong. Dead wrong. Stress is chemistry. Chemistry is real. You can measure the heart rate spikes, the muscle tension, the way your gut motility changes when your sympathetic nervous system is jammed on, the immune system dialing up inflammation, your sleep architecture breaking down. When cortisol parties at midnight, that headache, real vasoconstriction. That nausea, real autonomic shift. That flare up in your skin or your IBS after a week of conflict, real immune signaling gone sideways. This isn't you being dramatic. This is your alarm system screaming for a different input. Myth number three, calm people don't feel this. They do. They just don't escalate it. They get a flutter. They go, there's that flutter. They lengthen their exhale. They stretch their shoulders back. They take the call without the end of the world monologue. They interrupt the chain so the chemistry never floods the zone. That's not genetic luck. That's trained response. And yes, some folks start with a quieter baseline. Good for them. You and I, we train. Now, let me hand you some permission. You didn't pick your wiring. Trauma laid tracks in your system. Years of caregiving taught your body to scan for the next shoe to drop. Perfectionism kept your foot on the gas pedal. Chronic stress lowered your alarm threshold. You're not failing. You're patterned. And patterns can be repatterned, inch by inch by inch. Talk is cheap. Change is you stacking reps of safety 10 seconds at a time until your body believes you. Set your expectations right now so you don't sabotage this. You're building self-trust, not chasing a single epiphany. I don't care if you feel like it. You may never like the things you need to do, and you can still do them. One interrupt today, one tomorrow. You will not graduate from being human. You will get astonishingly good at interrupting your alarm and choosing the next right action. So what do you do today when you feel your body revving up? You stop trying to win a debate in your head and you go straight to the circuit. First, we're going to name the sensation and drop the story. 10 seconds. That's the reset. Let's do it. Right now, together, we're going to practice the first interrupt. It's 10 seconds. You don't have to believe it will work. You do it anyway. When the spike hits tight chest, buzzing hands, not in your gut, your job is to separate what's happening in your body from the scary movie your brain is about to direct. Here's the script. Say it out loud if you can. I'm noticing tightness in my chest. That's a sensation. My brain is telling a story. Feel your feet. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders down and back. Long exhale. That's the reset. Why does this help? Because labeling turns your prefrontal cortex back on. When you name a sensation, you are moving it out of the amygdala's panic channel and into the part of the brain that can categorize and calm. Threat intensity drops, the loop slows, and those tiny physical cues, feet heavy on the floor, jaw softened, shoulders lowered, are body level messages to your nervous system that we're not sprinting from a tiger right now. Your biology listens. You don't need to erase the feeling. You need to stop the catastrophic story that turns it into a 5-alarm fire. Let's make this real. You're in the Zoom lobby for a meeting with your boss. Chest gets tight, breath gets choppy. You catch it. I'm noticing tightness in my chest. That's a sensation. My brain is telling a story. Press your feet into the floor, widen your collarbones, unclench your jaw, slow the exhale until your shoulders drop. Then you join the call without the soap opera soundtrack. It's 3 a.m. and you wake up to a thud of dread. Your mind starts, what if, what if, what if? Hand on your chest. I'm noticing a thud of dread. That's a sensation. My brain is telling a story. Feel the weight of your legs on the mattress. Soften your tongue from the roof of your mouth. 8-count exhale. You are not negotiating with fear. You're lowering the volume on the alarm. You're scrolling the news and your gut clenches. Name it. I'm noticing a clench in my gut. Sensation, story incoming, phone face down, feet planted, jaw soft, shoulders down, slow breath out, back in the driver's seat, mid-argument with your partner, heat rises in your face, voice pitching. Say it to yourself even as you pause. I'm noticing heat in my face and a fast voice, sensation. My brain is telling the I'm under attack story. Drop your shoulders. Unclench, long exhale. Then say, I need 10 seconds. You just stopped pouring gasoline on the fire. This is not about perfection. It's repetition. 10 seconds, over and over and over. Sensation named, story dropped, physiology signaled. That's how you build a new baseline of safety, one rep at a time. And once you stop the story spiral, you need to give your body an exit ramp because a quieter mind in a revved body still needs somewhere to go. That's where we change your state on purpose. Move, breathe, cold water. We'll pick one next. Here's the blunt truth, and you're not going to like it, but you need to hear it anyway. You cannot outthink a dysregulated body. When your nervous system is on fire, the fastest path to relief is not another mental debate. It's a physical intervention. Change your state like a grown-up. Grown-ups don't wait to feel like it. They do what works. Pick one of these three. Move, breathe, cold water, and do it. Not perfect, not intense, not forever. 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. That's it. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Option 1, move. A brisk walk, 10 minutes, phone in your pocket, shoulders back, eyes up. Think of movement as literally draining the chemical cocktail your alarm system dumped into your bloodstream. Adrenaline was meant to fuel your muscles, so go use your muscles. Walk around the block after that quick chat, email, pace the hallway between meetings. Do a lap of the parking lot before you get back in the car. If it's raining, march up and down your stairs for 5 songs. I don't care. No sports bra required. No PR to chase. You're burning off stress chemistry and telling your body through action, we're doing something with this energy besides spiraling. 10 minutes is a deposit in the I can calm myself account. Stack those deposits and your baseline changes. Option 2, breathe with a slow exhale. 2 minutes. Put your hand low on your ribs. Close your mouth gently. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 8. Long exhale is your brake pedal. That's your vagus nerve telling your heart rate. Ease up your muscles. Stand down your prefrontal cortex. Come back online. Can't get to 8? Fine. Make the exhale longer than the inhale. Do it at the red light. Do it in the bathroom at work. Do it in bed at 3 a.m. while your brain tries to pitch you the apocalypse. Jaw soft, shoulders down, exhale slow. 2 minutes of that and the volume drops. Not because you believe different thoughts, because you flipped the switch in your body. Option 3, cold, 30 seconds. Finish your shower cold, face in cold water, splash cold water on your cheeks and the back of your neck, or grab an ice cube on your wrist. Cold exposure is a pattern interrupt. It snaps you out of rumination and into the present, and it triggers a reflex that slows your heart rate and centers you. 30 seconds feels like forever. You will make faces. Your brain will scream, nope, fabulous. That's the point. You are proving to your nervous system, I can feel intense sensation and I'm still safe. By the time you towel off, you're back in your body and not lost in the story. Do it even if you don't feel like it, especially if you don't feel like it. That's the rep that rewires identity. You want to make this automatic? Anchor it. After I drop the story, I walk for 10. After coffee, I breathe for 2. After my shower, I turn it cold for 30. No gold stars for heroics. There's only the quiet pride of doing what works over and over and over again until your body expects relief instead of alarm. So we've stopped the spiral and shifted the body. You can feel the difference quieter, clearer, like the emergency lights finally went from strobe to steady. Now comes the part everybody misses, and it's why you keep flipping back into panic. The life inputs that keep the alarm wired to on. We're going to stop feeding the system next. Your body cannot heal in an environment that keeps screaming danger all day. And a lot of you are pouring gasoline on your own alarm without realizing it. Sleep debt, caffeine at 3 p.m., 2 glasses of wine to relax, doom scrolling before bed, constant low-grade conflict, saying yes to everything, ignoring the lab order on your fridge. These are inputs. Inputs create chemistry. Chemistry creates sensation. So let's stop feeding the alarm and make this stupid simple. We're going to do an audit. Grab a piece of paper, draw 7 lines, write these categories down like a grown-up who is taking the wheel. Sleep, food, caffeine, movement, stress, workload, relationships, screens, news, medical follow-up. Now, next to each, give it a score from 1 to 10 for the last week. 10 means this supports a calm baseline. 1 means this sets my nervous system on fire. Don't overthink it. Gut score it. Sleep. How many nights? Under 7 hours. How often waking at 3 a.m.? Food, caffeine, coffee afternoon, meals that are basically sugar bombs, alcohol that smashes your sleep architecture, movement. Did you move your body most days or did your chair swallow you? Stress, workload, realistic, or I'm sprinting a marathon every single day. Relationships, steady or constant friction and people pleasing. Screens, news, intentional windows or news, IV drip into your eyeballs. Medical follow-up, any unresolved stuff your brain keeps nudging you about. Now, listen to me carefully. Low scores are dashboard lights, not a moral failure. Your nervous system is giving you navigational data. We don't cry about the oil light. We pull over and add oil. Same here. You don't need to fix your life. You have to stop making it harder for your body to calm down. Here's the one change rule, because overwhelm is another alarm input. Circle the lowest category and pick one lever one that you will change for 7 days. Not forever, 7 days. If it's sleep, move your bedtime 30 minutes earlier and plug your phone in outside the bedroom. If it's food, caffeine, cut caffeine at noon and eat protein at breakfast. If it's movement, a 10-minute walk after lunch every single day, rain be damned. If it's stress, workload, delete or delegate one commitment and put a 4-5-minute focus block on your calendar with a hard stop. If it's relationships, schedule one honest conversation or stop initiating with the person who drains you this week. If it's screens, news, set 210-minute news windows and put your phone on grayscale after 8 p.m. If it's medical follow-up, book the appointment today. Relief starts when the avoidance ends. Anchor it. After dinner, no screens. After coffee, water. After the 1-0, second reset. Walk for 10. Stack the rep the same way every day so your body starts to expect safety instead of surprise. 7 days. Track 3 things: sleep quality, energy by mid-afternoon, reactivity and conflict. If the numbers move even 1 point, that's your body saying, thank you. That's the loop loosening. And now, here's the big one, because a lot of your stress isn't inside you. It's coming from trying to manage everybody else. Here's the big one. The fastest way to fry your nervous system is to make yourself the unpaid manager of everyone else's moods, opinions, and reactions. You are checking facial expressions like weather reports, rehearsing arguments in the shower, composing emails in your head at midnight, and then wondering why your jaw aches and you can't fall asleep. That's not a personality quirk. That's your alarm system stuck on because you keep assigning yourself a job you were never hired for. So here's the mantra that will change your body, not just your calendar. Let them, let them, let them. Let them is not giving up. It's unhooking. It's stepping out of a role that spikes your cortisol and drags your shoulders up to your ears. It's you saying, I'm not the director of other people's behavior. I'm the driver of mine. When you say let them, you stop negotiating with their nervous system and you return to yours. Biology payoff? Fewer mental courtrooms where you argue both sides. Less anticipatory doom rehearsal. Your exhale lengthens. Your heart rate steadies. Sleep comes back because you're not playing whack-a-mole with imaginary crises at 2 a.m. Your neck stops wearing your ears as earrings. Micro vignettes so you can see it. Partner walks in with a clip tone. Old pattern. Scan, fix, over-explain, apologize for things you didn't do. New pattern. Let them have their mood. What's my next right action? Shoulders down. Long exhale. Do you want space or support? If they snap again, let them. And your next right action is, I'm going to step away. I'll talk when we're both respectful. You did not control them. You controlled the standard you participate in. Teens' mess explodes across the kitchen. Old pattern, lecture, chase, cortisol, storm. New pattern, let them be a teen. Next right action, clear boundary and consequence. Dishes done by 8 or they go in the bin and kitchen is closed tomorrow. No monologue, no chasing. Your biology thanks you. Coworker CCs your boss with a passive-aggressive line. Let them send subtext. Next right action, clarity and containment. Happy to align. What's the specific request and due date? If it's a pattern, escalate through the channel once. Then let them keep their pattern while you keep your professionalism and your peace. Family group chat melts down into politics at 10 p.m. Let them argue. Next right action, mute for 24 hours. Text one person directly or drop a loving boundary. I'm hopping off. Love you all. You don't need to be the referee. Your vagus nerve would like the night off. Now, let's be crystal clear. Letting them does not mean tolerating abuse, cruelty, or control. It means you stop trying to change them and start choosing you. If someone yells, insults, threatens, let them show you who they are, and your next right action is leaving the room, leaving the thread, leaving the relationship if needed. Boundaries are not punishment. They're personal policy. You are retraining your body that safety is a choice you make, not a vibe you beg for. Stack this with the tools you already have. Sensation pops, name it, drop the story. Then let them, and immediately ask, what's my next right action? Move for 10, breathe for 2, cold for 30. Watch what happens to the loop. Your mind stops litigating. Your muscles unclench. You sleep. And with that foundation, I know some of you are thinking, okay, fine, but my symptoms are real. How do I know when it's stress and when it's medical? Great. That's exactly where we're going next. Real talk. If something is new, severe, sudden, or just plain scary, go get checked today. Chest pressure that won't quit, trouble breathing, one-sided weakness, slurred speech, a severe worst ever headache, fainting, heavy bleeding, high fever that won't come down, don't negotiate with the internet at 2 a.m., call your doctor or go to urgent care or the ER. If a symptom has changed character, escalated fast, or your gut says this is not our normal, you listen. That's not catastrophizing. That's being the driver of your life. These tools are complementary, not a substitute for medical care. You build a team, primary care, specialist if needed, therapist if helpful, and you let professionals rule out the dangerous stuff. Here's the decision rule that will save you months of spiraling. Step 1, rule out the red flags with a clinician. Step 2, once you are medically cleared for the scary stuff, stop assuming you're broken and start assuming you're inflamed by a dysregulated nervous system and daily inputs. That is the work. You retrain your body and clean up the environment that keeps the alarm flipped on. Behavior first, signals over stories, consistency over intensity. And this is a both and, not an either or. You can have a real medical condition and a stress amplified system at the same time. Migraine? Real. IBS? Real. Autoimmune flare? Real. Pain pathways, gut motility, immune signaling, all of it is exquisitely sensitive to stress chemistry. Treat the medical condition with your doctor and retrain your nervous system with the tools we're practicing. When you do both, outcomes improve. Fewer flares, faster recovery, less reactivity to triggers. That's not magic. That's you taking control of the parts you can control. Now let's deal with the shame gremlin that pops up after a clean bill of health. You leave the office, all the tests normal, and you feel embarrassed, like you wasted everyone's time, like you're making it up. Stop. Reframe it. Fantastic. Now we know which system to work on. Normal tests are not a dismissal. They are permission. You just eliminated the life-threatening stuff. Great. Now you put your energy where it will pay you back every single day, interrupting the story, shifting your state, and fixing the inputs that keep the alarm on. If you want a practical filter, use this. Dangerous until proven otherwise. When it's new, severe, or rapidly changing, get evaluated. Cleared but still symptomatic, and it waxes and wanes with stress, sleep, conflict, caffeine, screens, or overwork. That's nervous system territory. Treat both lanes as needed. And if something changes or your intuition keeps nudging you, recheck. That isn't anxiety. That's responsible. We've got clarity. Now we need a plan, because clarity without a plan is just another podcast you liked. Let's stitch this into 7 days. You can actually do so. Your body learns we're safe and your life feels different, not just your notes app. Here's the plan. And it's going to be so simple, you'll be pissed you didn't start sooner. 7 days, one tiny daily stack that you repeat until your body goes, oh, we do this now. Healing is a practice. Small behaviors that teach safety over and over and over until it becomes your baseline. The stack is 3 parts. 1, the 1-0, second label reset. Every time you feel a spike, I'm noticing that's a sensation. My brain is telling a story. Shoulders down, jaw unclenched, long exhale. 2, pick one state shift move for 10. Breathe for 2 with a long exhale, or cold for 30, and do it every day. 3, choose one input you're changing all week from your audit sleep window, caffeine cutoff, screens at night, whatever was lowest, and do that relentlessly for 7 days. Make it frictionless by tying it to anchors you already do without thinking. After coffee, breathe for 2. After every meeting, walk for 10. After you drop the kids off, splash cold water or finish the shower cold for 30 seconds. Before bed, phone outside the bedroom. When the email hits and you feel the spike, you don't negotiate, you do the reset and your one state shift. You are not waiting to feel like it. You're running a protocol. That's grown-up calm. Set your expectations like a pro so you don't bail. Your body will test you. It's not sabotage, it's adaptation. The win is not 0 symptoms. The win is faster recovery and less fear. That's the scoreboard. Track one metric that matters for 7 days. Minutes it takes to calm down after a spike. Sleep quality from 1 to 10. Number of spirals you interrupt in a day. Pick one, write it where you can see it, and log it once a day. Evidence builds hope. Hope fuels consistency. Consistency rewires. Here's your 7-day run sheet. Day 1, set your stack and anchors in writing. Put them where you'll see them. Pick your one input to change all week and prep for it. Charger outside the bedroom. Protein for breakfast. Calendar blocks for walks. Day 2, reps. 3 resets minimum. And your state shift once. Track your metric. Day 3, add a social rep. When someone's tone hooks you, let them do the 1-0, second reset, choose the next right action. Walk for 10 or breathe for 2 before you reply. Day 4, upgrade your environment. Remove one alarm-feeding input, mute a thread, grayscale your phone after 8 p.m., cancel a non-essential meeting. Day 5, stress rehearsal. Simulate a known trigger on purpose. Open the inbox, look at the bill, prep the hard talk, and run the protocol immediately. Teach your body you can feel and not freak. Day 6, recovery focus. 2 naps? No. 1 deliberate downshift window. Long exhale breathing before dinner, or a 2-0-minute walk without your phone. Day 7, review and recommit. Look at your metric trend, circle the wins, adjust one anchor, and choose your next week's input. Get support if you need it, because why do this alone? Therapy modalities like CBT, EMDR, somatic work, coaching for accountability, a physician who understands both medical and nervous system lanes. This is not ideology. It's a team sport. Book the session. Put it on the calendar. Action creates safety. And hear me on this, because this is your identity talking. Every time you interrupt the spiral, you become someone who can handle discomfort without panic. Every reset is a vote for the driver in you. Keep casting votes. Inch by inch by inch, your nervous system will believe you. Here's the truth that ties this whole thing together, and I want you to feel it land in your chest like a click. Yes, It's in your head, and that is not an insult. That's the doorway. Your brain is involved. Your nervous system is involved, which means you have a handle to grab. You're not broken. You're wired, and wiring can be rewired. That is the real miracle. Not a lightning bolt, not a guru on a mountaintop, agency. You catching the moment, interrupting the loop, and teaching your body again and again, we're safe. What changes when you do this? You stop being afraid of your own body. Sensations stop being enemies and start being data. Spirals get shorter. You recover faster. Your decisions get cleaner because your prefrontal cortex is actually online. Boundaries get simpler. Let them becomes a reflex, not a fight. Sleep starts to stitch itself back together. Energy comes back because you're not burning it all on catastrophe rehearsals. You trust yourself because you keep finding proof in your own behavior that you can feel a surge and not light the whole house on fire. That self-trust bleeds into everything: parenting, work, love, your calendar, and suddenly your life has room for the things you actually care about because your nervous system isn't running the show anymore. You are. And if a part of you is still whispering, yeah, but do I deserve to feel better? Hear me. You don't have to believe you deserve it yet. You can just want relief. Want it enough to do the next right thing today. You don't have to like the tools. You don't have to feel motivated. You can still do them. Stop the damn car. Tune into your own navigation. Take the next turn, inch by inch by inch. So here's your pocket protocol, your tattoo on the heart sequence, the one you can run in a checkout line or a boardroom or at 3 a.m. Notice, name, shift, choose, repeat. Notice the sensation. Name it out loud. That's a sensation. My brain is telling a story. Shift your state, move for 10, breathe for 2, cold for 30. Choose the next right action. Speak clearly. Set the boundary. Send the email. Walk away. Let them. Repeat. Notice, name, shift, choose, repeat. Over and over and over until your baseline changes because your body has learned the pattern. Here's the deal, and I want you to make it with yourself in the next 24 hours. Pick one behavior and start. 1, put your phone outside your bedroom tonight. Or breathe with a long exhale after coffee tomorrow. Or walk for 10 after your next meeting. Tell someone what you're doing, text a friend, put it in the family chat, write it on a Post-it, and stick it where you'll see it. Consistency beats intensity. Reps beat hype. Evidence beats doubt. You don't need woo-woo. You need a repeatable way to interrupt the alarm, shift your state, and protect your peace. And you're not doing this alone. If you're dealing with this, you're in a very crowded room full of people who are learning to drive their lives again, including me. You are not stuck. You are wired, and you can rewire. Keep going. I am rooting for you like crazy. And more importantly, future you is waiting steadier, clearer, kinder to yourself and everyone you love because you chose to take the wheel.